What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Nasher. Welcome back to the channel. And for today's Yu-Gi-Oh news video, if you guys remember about 5, maybe 6 months ago or somewhere around there, I was talking about the new cards that were going to be in the next deck build set, Tactical Masters, which I believe is going to be released sometime this week. I believe. Sometime this week or in the next couple weeks. I believe this might be the last batch of cards that will be in the set. But then again, I could be wrong, because in this video I'm going to be talking about the new Labyrinth archetype that will be in the set. And it's basically a waifu deck for the most part. So there are six cards to talk about in this video. And also too, there's also there's actually truth be told, there's actually a support card for the archetype that's gonna be in Darkwing Blast. So I figured, you know what, why not mix them both together? So hopefully you guys are hopefully you guys enjoy this video. If you guys do and you guys want to see more Yu-Gi-Oh news videos, which typically get posted on Tuesdays and sometimes on weekends, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and as always, follow me on all my social media. Links will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. Let's get straight into it. First up, we have the fusion for the whole archetype. It is known as Vaylantz Genesis Grand Duke, which is a 10-star Fire Machine Fusion Pendulum. Yes, mouthful. With 2,500 attack and defense, and its pendulum skill is 10. And the pendulum effect reads: you can activate one of these effects. Special summon this card to your monster zone in its same column. Move one monster in your main monster zone to an adjacent horizontal monster zone. You only use this effect once per turn. So basically its effect is similar to the Mech Knight strategy, which is kind of bizarre, but still being able to get a body onto your board is actually pretty crazy. Which brings us to its monster effect, which requires 2 Vaylantz monsters, which I believe all these cards work with Genesis Grand Duke. I'm not so sure. It's kind of hard to say. But its monster effect. Excuse me. Its monster effect reads: this face down card in the extra deck must first be either fusion summon or special summon by attributing a level 5 or higher non-fusion Vaylantz monster in the same column as the extra monster zone. If this card is special summoned, you can target one monster card in your opponent's back row, return it to the hand. If you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to its attack, then this card gains attack equal to half the damage inflicted. Okay, so basically it just deals a pretty decent amount of damage. It's not too bad. Honestly, I'm not really fond of this archetype. I think this is gonna be more of a rogue deck, honestly. Just because of the fact that there are so many outs to a card such as Grand Duke. There's just so many outs to it. Veiler, Ghost Mourner. There are just so many outs to it. It's kind of stupid, to be honest. Next up, we have Lovely Labyrinth of the Silver Castle, which I believe this works with the Vaylantz. I'm not so sure. Which this one is an 8-star Dark Fiend, 2900 attack, 1900 defense, and it says your opponent cannot activate monster effects in response to the activation of your normal trap cards. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. You can target one normal trap in your grave, set it to your field, but it cannot be activated unless you control a fiend monster. If another monster or monsters leaves the field by your normal trap effect, except during the damage step, you can destroy a card in your opponent's hand at random or their field. So this is basically, this is kind of like a confiscation on steroids, which isn't too bad. The only downside is that, again, there are so many different decks out there that once you go, you know, if you have the cards you need to go full combo, essentially evidently you won't, not evidently, eventually it'll get to a point in the combo where you're gonna have no cards in your hand. So this effect is pretty much just useless. So the only effect that you'll be able to use is the effect where you can target a trap, a normal trap in your grave, set it to your field, and you can activate it because of the fact that you're gonna have Silver Castle on board, which that's the only effect that you're gonna be able to use, and not the confiscation effect. Now, if you want to try and go for the board, hey, that's one thing. It does break boards, but with this one, it's basically a lesser of two evils for the most part. Next up, we have Arion, the Labyrinth Servant, which is a 4-star Dark Fiend, 1800 attack, 1100 defense, and it says you can send one normal trap from your hand or that's set on your field to the grave. Spell summon a low 4 or lower fiend from your deck in defense, except this card. If another monster or monsters leave the field, leaves the field by your normal trap, except during the damage step, you can draw a card, then you can apply this effect. From your hand, either spell summon a fiend or set a spell or trap. You can only use each effect once per turn. Basically, this is basically one of the combo starters for the whole deck, and this one is also another combo starter as well. So basically, Arion is more of a combo starter, and this next one, which is Ariana, is basically the extender for the whole deck. So next up we have Ariana, the Labyrinth Servant, 4-star Dark Fiend, 1600 attack, 2100 defense. The effect reads: if this card is normal spell summon, you can add a Labyrinth card from your deck to your hand, except this card. If another monster leaves the field by your normal trap, except during the damage step, you can draw a card that applies this effect. From your hand, either spell summon a fiend or set a spell or trap. So again, this is basically the combo extender for the whole deck. Gives you access to go into a rank 4 play, go into a link play, depending on what you have in your extra deck, which it's not too bad. The only downside though is that the effects can easily be outed by cards such as Valor, Ash Blossom, and whatnot. So having cards such as Call By or even also Mind Drain could be really beneficial with this deck. So if you guys do decide to play this deck, I recommend you guys try using Mind Drain. It is so broken. Basically, what the effect does is you pay 1,000, and neither player can activate monster effects that activate in the hand. So cards such as Ash Blossom, Ghost Ogre, Ghost Bell, all the Ghost Sister hand traps. Cards such as Nibiru, Dimension Shifter, whatnot. Cards like those cannot be activated at all with Mind Drain on board. So it could really be beneficial for you, but it can also be bad for your opponent as well. Next up, we have Welcome Labyrinth, which is a normal trap, And the effect reads, special summon one Labyrinth monster from your deck, also until the end of the next turn. After this card resolves, you cannot special summon monsters from the deck or extra deck except Fiend monsters. If a monster leaves the field by your normal trap effect, while this card is in your grave, except the turn it was sent there, you can set this card. You can only use each effect once per turn. Yeah, so basically this is a, this is sort of like, this is just basically another extender of sorts to help you go into your link plays and help you make cards such as Access Code Talker. Beat Cop is definitely another card that you could definitely use in the deck. That ain't too bad. And then I believe this is the last card. Yeah, this is the last card for this part of the video. We have Huggin the Runic Wings, which is a 2-star Life Fairy fusion with 0 attack and defense and requires 2 runic monsters. And the effect reads, if this card is supposed to summon from the extra deck, you can discard one card, add one runic field spell from your deck to your hand. If another card or cards you control would be destroyed by card effect, you can manage the card you control instead. If this card on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect, return this card to the extra deck. So this is a really good instant fusion target, because I believe instant fusion prevents if I'm right on this, I gotta go to my Lightsworn deck, because I think I'm running that in my Lightsworns. Yes. Let's see here. I'm actually on my Lightsworn deck on Nexus. Pay 1,000, special summon a level 5 or lower fusion from your extra deck, but it cannot attack, and it's destroyed during the end phase. Okay, so basically, it prevents the monster from attacking, but its effect is still active, which is actually really good. Which is actually pretty good. So again, this is a really good instant fusion target. That ain't too bad. And then last up, we have a new Vaylantz spell for the whole deck. It is known as Vaylantz Awakening Solo Activation. Oh, sorry, no. Vaylantz Vacaning Solo Activation. And both of its effects are once per turn. And the first effect reads, place one Vaylantz Pendulum monster from your deck in your Pendulum zone. Second effect reads, if there's a card in the field zone, you can manage the card from your grave, target a Vaylantz monster in your main monster zone, move it to an adjacent monster zone. So this is basically part of the Vaylantz strategy, where you're able to just move cards to other zones, kind of like the Mech Knights do, which which honestly is not that bad, but I believe this is the last of the cards. I don't know if there will be any more. I'll have to take a look. I'll have to look deeper, but I'm not so sure. Let me take a look. Hang on, guys. I gotta go on to YG onto another tab. Go to YG organization. And now we go here. Tactical Masters. Do a little search. And let's have a look, see. Let's see. Because I know that I talked about a lot of... Because I know that I talked about a lot of the cards that were in there. but I don't think I ever talked about the rune archetype. I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be wrong because YG organization is just so weird. Honestly, it's like very weird. Yeah, it's just so weird. YG organization is just weird. So I don't know if there will be any more cards to talk about as far as Tactical Masters go. But if there are more before the set gets released, I will definitely talk about them on the channel as soon as possible, obviously. But that brings me to the question of the day. What deck will you guys play when Tactical Masters gets released? Let me know down in the comments below, and that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more Yu-Gi-Oh news videos which get posted every Tuesday, sometimes on weekends, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you guys do not miss out on any new content that comes your way. And as always, make sure you guys follow me on all of my social media. Links will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.